This video is the funnels, the scripts, and the systems of that the top level coaches and online guys are using in the space. These are systems that I've personally used to book in 92 appointments a month and set multiple six figures for one of these top brands. Now, if you can't watch this 10-minute video, this video wasn't for you in the first place, because this is for people that are actually looking to make a big difference and learn from the best in the business. Now, this is what you came for. It's the funnels, the scripts, and the systems of the biggest people in the online space and how they're making millions with them. Now, this might be your current calendar, and that's okay, because it's not your fault. It is because you just haven't had the systems. And so many people like you also are not able to book appointments. And it's the number one thing in your business that if you solved, you probably get to the next level. So if you have a calendar that looks like this, and you want a calendar that looks like this, I'll show you exactly how the coaches and the biggest names in the space are making millions and booking in appointments. Here we go. So these are guys like Dan Martell. Dan, I was actually Dan's personal appointment setter for a large amount of time, and we set six figures, multi-six figures in his DMs. Iman Gadzhi, Charlie Morgan, Brian Mark, Wade Houston. Like, these are all guys, and they have one thing in common. They are all doing sell by chat. Now, you might have heard by sell by chat, you might have not, but it's basically booking in appointments or doing a full sales process within your DMs. And this could be Instagram, email, SMS, literally any platform where you can message somebody, you can use sell by chat. But my money is on Instagram, because this is where the biggest trust is built. You can see the person's profile, so it is as if they're talking to you, right? It's the best messaging platform out of any social media, bar none. So let's dig into it. Like, what do you actually say when you're on these profiles? And what do you actually do to generate appointments, right? So here's the script. It starts with the current. And the current, you're just digging into the pain, right? Where are they now? And then you're going to the desired, right? Where do they want to be in 12 months? And actually build this gap. Because the thing is, if you just went from the current right here and you went to the solution, all right, the gap it's not that big. But if you go this strategy and you start with the current and then you go to the desired, this gap is so much larger, and pain builds the sale. You get the sales with the pain. So once you build the pain, then you go to the roadblocks. It's like, what's stopping you now? What's stopping you from getting to $1 million a year if you're doing coaching? What's stopping you to getting that six pack if you're doing fitness coaching? Now, this works for any level of business, and these scripts are proven, they work, and they've generated millions of dollars. But the thing that none of them are saying, and the thing that none of them are showing behind the scenes, you may have gotten messages from these guys, and you don't know if it's them, you don't know if it's a VA, you don't know who it is. But the biggest leverage that you can pull, and the biggest lever that you can pull, is with an AI appointment setter. See, there's two other options, right? So one would be a VA appointment setter. Now, the problem with VAs is that, one, they're not going to sound like you. Two, they're probably going to ghost you in 3 weeks. Three, they get lazy and they stop replying to your hottest leads. And I don't know if you've seen the stat, but if you reply to leads within the first 5 minutes, then you are 300% more likely to close that lead. Speed of lead is probably the biggest lever that you can pull if you are appointment setting. Or you can send the DMs yourself. This is also another low leverage task, right? As a coach or as an online business owner, it is your job to use your time wisely. And as I learned from Dan, buy back your time, right? And so if you're sending your DMs yourself, this could be worse than having a virtual assistant that might kind of suck. But there is another solution with the AI appointment setter, right? It never sleeps, it never asks for a commission, it doesn't take breaks, it doesn't lose context in the conversation, right? So if it said something at the top of the conversation, it remembers the entire thing, and it can actually pull back things that they said during the objection handling that to be honest, to be quite frank, I have seen no other appointment setters do. So it doesn't lose context, and it sounds exactly like you because it's trained to sound exactly like you. And these things don't take, I don't know. Some people think they might take 3 days to set up. This is more like a 2 to 4 week process of dialing in, researching, testing the bot over and over again. So it actually just becomes this like superhuman, and it's booking appointments off, like it's selling shoes off the house, you know. And it's crazy. 100% Instagram compliant. So, I mean, a lot of people worry about their Instagram being able to get blocked with like an appointment setter, like AI, right? But everything in the system that I use is 100% compliant with Instagram. We use Go High Level, and everything is meta verified, all of it. It's actually better than a human setter. Now, it's my belief that it's better than a human setter because it replies faster, it has more context, it is able to respond so much faster, and the actual messages that it sends and the persuasion that it has and the context that it has from possibly reading all these books on persuasion, reading all of this research and all of the data that it has and that it's trained with, that we give it, like, I know some of the best appointment setters in the world, and they're shocked, jaw-dropped at what it can do. And then it handles high-level objections, right? Like with a breeze. It knows what to do. It knows what lever to pull because it has studied the greats in sales. And then that just equals appointments, right? So it's leverage. With an AI appointment setter, it is absolute leverage. Let me actually show you an AI that I built for a hockey coach. And I'm not going to say his name just to keep his stuff clean. See, I have a Mona Lisa up here. But the AI will actually send out a message saying, hey, name, appreciate the follow. And then it'll actually be personalized based on the bio and based on a bunch of other things. And it'll send a message. This is just a base message because I built this platform to show you guys how to use and how this AI setter is capable of doing amazing things. Anyways, let's dig in. So this would all be in Instagram, and all the messages that it sends, so it'll send in a couple lines. These are actually sent as individual messages, so that's awesome. What level are you playing at? Those would be 2 different messages, right? Okay. So these are hockey terminologies. But another thing that it does, and that is wicked, is we've trained it to do research on what the most human-like response times are. So it doesn't just like respond instantly like your normal chatbot. It'll actually wait 3 minutes, or it'll wait like half an hour to respond, just so that it's so human-like that people actually don't even realize that they're talking to an AI. They're booking appointments, right? And this is what top guys in the space are honestly going to be doing for the future and are doing now. So nice Bantam. WHL is another level of hockey. But yeah, and then it books it all the way through, and it goes all the way through the pain, like why now, what are the roadblocks, what are you struggling with. And so by the time that a prospect is ready to hop on a call, they've already done so much selling. It's like, how do we get started? So it's insane. That's great when you work on. You need to improve to make that jump. So yeah, and continues to go all the way down the funnel and breaks down exactly what needs to be done even when it's asking a kid, it knows that the kid can't join the call unless it has their parents, or else it'll disqualify them. Like, there's so much logic involved with these AI setters now that it honestly is becoming worse to not have one than to have one, bar none, right? I would make tier 1. And one of the biggest things that I've heard while developing these and spending thousands of hours on training them, developing them, and all of that is a lot of old heads or coaches say that, AI isn't there yet. AI sounds robotic. It is not robotic at all, especially when it's trained with prompts that are, 15 pages long, and has a database full of context around how to respond and how the person has responded in the past. So it's actually becoming insane. A large leverage pull. But anyways, that's where we're going to end the video. If you want to hop on a call or understand how maybe you could possibly use an AI setter, I'll have a link in the description. There should be a short video, and you book a call in with me anytime. Or if you want to actually test this AI setter for yourself, you can DM my Instagram. Let me pull up my Instagram. That's not my Instagram. You can DM blue__walker. And if you just DM me AI demo, you can test the AI for yourself and see how powerful it is and what it can do for your business. Now, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not using AI, you're losing to somebody using AI. So have a good rest of your night.